Hello, everybody, and welcome to Mariah's Sanctuary. I'm Mariah. Today's unplanned video is on why I never felt comfortable in the workplace. First off, I want to say that working in the typical workplace as a neurodivergent, I've never felt comfortable. There's many reasons why I never felt comfortable. First off, the first reason is I never felt comfortable to be myself because as we know, society looks down or belittles people for being different, unfortunately. I hate that. Um, I didn't, back when I first started working, I didn't realize that I had so much trauma, emotional trauma, that I felt terrified to be myself at times, because I felt as if I would be judged because throughout when I tried to be when I was trying to be myself when I was younger, I was bullied. So it made me have hatred towards being myself and making me hate that when I was myself, I would be treated differently. So in the workplace, I never was myself. Also, I didn't realize back when I was first working that I could. Of course, I've always asked for clarification for anything I didn't know. That's because my mom always told me, like, all right, if you don't know something, ask questions. I always did that, but I always felt kind of weird about asking questions because to me, it spotlighted the part that I am different. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but back then, I didn't like being different because of the trauma I had from 8 years old of realizing I was different and there's trauma from that wound. So I didn't like being different. So I would sometimes do things um, in a way that would not bring attention to myself. So I didn't like that. So, so it made me more uncomfortable with being myself in the workplace. Um, but through my most recent job that I had for a little about maybe 2 years, and I quit last December, which I really loved, as I was working with neurodivergent kids, which made me really happy. And most people probably know I love working with the disability community. It's something I've always loved. But back to what I was saying, I felt really comfortable actually working there. There was pieces where I did not feel comfortable with. That I'll tell you about that. So when I first started working there, the person that was my boss made me feel very comfortable because when we had the interview, I disclosed like I have disabilities and they make me do things differently. He was very accepting of it, which I've never been on an interview where someone actually accepts your disabilities fully. And like I was explaining, like I need clarification and other different things. And he was worked with me really well. And the people I worked beside were very, very understanding and considerate because I've never really had that working with people. So that was awesome. But there were instances in the workspace where I felt uncomfortable, like as if my voice was silenced, and which I did not like. And I also felt like a lot of time, even when we did like presentations, only not their fault, but I felt like it catered towards neurotypicals. And because I'm not neurotypical, in my mind, when things were happening, I kind of agreed with one of my coworkers because she's also neurodivergent, just like me. So I was like, yeah, I was thinking that I was literally, you said what I was thinking because there was something that was said and it was not done. I saw it differently, just like she did, because the space, and even education, they cater towards more of the neurotypicals. And I'm not trying to be mean, but it's the truth. At least in the work setting, I'm not saying education wise. I'm not saying that. I'm talking about when you're like trying to help kids. They when they do these presentations, they don't always cater towards neurodivergence. It's normally neurotypicals. So I think that one thing I think that is important that they don't have in the workplace is that they need to try to understand that everyone thinks the same. And I really wish that would be more enforced. And it's not even just through education, it's throughout the whole workforce. And I feel like if certain things were put in place, I'd be able to be comfortable working in a public setting. But because of certain things are not put in place, I don't feel comfortable at all. I feel like being myself is odd and inappropriate and not okay. I mean, some people, of course, a lot of people in the disability community get me, but people outside of it, not all of them get me. They don't understand. And I wish that I didn't have to explain myself and all this stuff. I mean, I wish people would just understand that I am Mariah. And I may think differently, but that doesn't make me any less. And I feel like sometimes some people think I'm less than because I think differently and they look down on me, some of them. And I hope this video helps someone. Sorry it's kind of lengthy. I love you guys as always. Thanks for watching. Bye.